Ever wonder what happened before Simba's reign? Before Mufasa's tragic fall. Let's rewind the clock, way back, to a time when the Pride Lands were ruled by a different king. A king named Ahadi. And this king had two sons, Mufasa, the golden heir, and a younger, darker-maned cub named Taka. Yes, you heard that right. Taka. That was Scar's name before he became the villain we all know. So, how did Taka become Scar? It's a story of jealousy, ambition, and a promise that was never meant for him. From the very beginning, Mufasa was the chosen one. He was strong, charismatic, and destined for the throne. Ahadi, their father, doted on him, teaching him the ways of the kingdom, the circle of life, and the responsibilities of a king. Taka, on the other hand, was often left in his brother's shadow. He was clever, perhaps even more so than Mufasa, but his intelligence was sharp, and sometimes a little wicked. He felt overlooked, a spare part in the grand design. While Mufasa was learning how to rule, Taka was making friends in the shadows. He spent his time with the hyenas Shenzi, Bonzi, and Ed. To him, they weren't just outcasts, they were equals, creatures who understood what it felt like to be on the outside looking in. This friendship worried Ahadi. He saw it as a sign of Taka's rebellious nature. He would often scold Taka, telling him a prince shouldn't associate with such lowly creatures. But these lectures only pushed Taka further away. In his eyes, his father favored Mufasa, and the kingdom was blind to his own potential. The resentment in his heart began to grow, like a stubborn weed in the savanna soil. One day, Taka overheard a plan. Some rogue buffalo were planning to challenge Ahadi's authority, to create chaos. Taka saw an opportunity, not to help his father, but to prove his own worth. He devised a cunning plan. He told Mufasa that if he could trick the buffalo into charging, Mufasa could be the hero who stopped them. Mufasa, ever trusting and a bit naive, agreed. Taka went to the buffalo, taunting them, telling them Mufasa thought they were weak and cowardly. His words, sharp as claws, worked perfectly. The buffalo, enraged, began a stampede, heading straight for Mufasa. But Taka had miscalculated the sheer fury he had unleashed. The stampede was bigger and more violent than he had ever imagined. Mufasa was in real danger. Ahadi arrived just in time, his kingly roar scattering the herd. But the danger wasn't over. In the chaos, a stray buffalo horn slashed across Taka's face, leaving a deep, bleeding gash over his eye. The pain was immense, but the emotional wound was deeper. He had tried to be a hero in his own twisted way, and all he got was a permanent reminder of his failure. As the dust settled, Ahadi was furious, not just at the buffalo, but at Taka. He didn't see a son who had made a mistake. He saw a schemer who had endangered the future king. There was no comfort, no sympathy. Instead of tending to his wound, his father looked at him with disappointment. Later, as the royal shaman Rafiki treated the cut, Taka looked at his reflection in a puddle of water. The mark was angry, red, and permanent. He declared that he would no longer be called Taka, a name that meant dirt or waste. From that day forward, he would be known by his scar. It would be a symbol of his pain, his father's betrayal, and the moment he realized he would never be seen as an equal, he would be Scar. This event was the turning point. The scar on his face was a mirror to the scar on his heart. He embraced the name and the darkness that came with it. His friendship with the hyenas deepened. They didn't judge him for his scar. They respected him for his cunning. He started to plot, no longer for his father's approval, but for his own rise to power. While Mufasa matured into the noble king we see in the movie, Scar lurked in the shadows, his jealousy festering. He saw Mufasa's happiness, his reign, his queen Sarabi, the birth of his son Simba as everything that was stolen from him. Every celebration for Simba was another twist of the knife. The Pride Lands celebrated the new heir, while Scar saw only another obstacle. He formed the Lion Guard, an elite team meant to protect the Pride Lands. But Scar's guard wasn't made of noble lions. He chose his own kinda cunning, the strong, the ambitious. He believed that might made right. But when he used the guard's power, the legendary roar of the elders, for his own selfish gain, to try and overthrow me, the great kings of the past stripped him of the power and destroyed his guard. This was the final insult. He was left with nothing but his scar, his wit, and his alliance with the hyenas. And so, The stage was set. The smiling, welcoming uncle that Simba knew was just a mask. Beneath it was Taka, the forgotten son, twisted by years of resentment into the calculating villain. Scar, his entire life, had been a long, slow burn, leading to that fateful day in the gorge. His plan wasn't born overnight. It was forged in the fires of his youth, shaped by every perceived slight, and sealed by the scar that defined him. The story of the Lion King isn't just about Simba's journey to become king. It's also the tragic story of a prince who lost his way, a brother consumed by shadow, and how a cub named Taka became the monster who would tear the kingdom apart. His bloodline didn't end with him. It was tainted by him, a dark chapter in the history of the Pride Lands. What do you think? Was Scar born a villain? Woe to everyone, especially his family, Kiara, Nala, and of course, Kion, are devastated. Rafiki, the wise shaman, quickly assesses the situation and delivers the grim news. Deadly, and the only cure is a rare ash from a volcano located deep within the Outlands. This isn't just a difficult journey, it's a journey into enemy territory. This is where the Lion God's true test begins, a new obstacle designed by Scar to slow them down and ensure their failure. The clock is ticking, and with every passing minute, Simba gets weaker. Each member has a crucial role to play. Her speed is their greatest asset in a race against time. As they venture deeper into the Outlands, the challenges escalate. Scar, watching from his fiery volcano, throws everything he has at them. Janja and his hyena clan are the first line of defense, trying to block their path with brute force and classic hyena trickery. The Lion Guard has to outsmart them, using their combined strengths to bypass the cackling pack. Fuli's speed is particularly vital here, zipping past the hyenas to scout the safest route, while Besht holds them back with his incredible strength. This isn't just a physical battle. It's a battle of wits. Kayon has to stay focused. But the hyenas are just the beginning. The journey to the volcano is a gauntlet of Scar's minions. They face Ray-Rays, jackals, who try to use clever traps and deception to lead them astray. Then there's Kibori's float of crocodiles, guarding the waterways they need to cross. Each encounter drains their energy and, more importantly, their time. All the while, Scar's taunts echo from the volcano, trying to demoralize Kayon, preying on his fear of losing his father. It's a psychological battle as much as a physical one. Scar knows that if he can break Kion's spirit, the Lion Guard will falter. One of the most powerful aspects of this episode is seeing Kayon grapple with the pressure. He's usually confident and decisive, but the thought of his father's life hanging in the balance is a heavy burden. We see moments of doubt and frustration. He has to balance his personal feelings, his fear, and his anger with his duty as a leader. This is a significant moment of growth for his character. He learns that true leadership isn't about never feeling fear. It's about acting in spite of it. His friends in the God are essential here, offering support and reminding him that he's not carrying this burden alone. Bunga's unwavering optimism and Fuli's practical focus help keep him grounded. Meanwhile, back at Pride Rock, the situation is grim. Simba is fading. Nala, displaying her strength as queen, steps up to lead the Pride Lands in his absence, maintaining order and hope among the anxious animals. Rafiki does everything he can to slow the Venom's progress, using his vast knowledge of herbs and remedies, but he knows it's only a temporary measure. The hope of the entire Pride Lands rests on the 5 young heroes making their perilous journey. This dual storyline creates incredible tension, cutting back and forth between the Lion Guard's dangerous quests and the dire scene at Pride Rock. We're on the edge of our seats, hoping they make it in time. The climax of the journey is the volcano itself. The Lion Guard finally reaches the source of the ash, but Scar makes his final stand. He unleashes the full force of his army to prevent them from getting what they came for. An epic battle ensues at the base of the volcano. It's the Lion Guard against a legion of Scar's followers. Kayan, filled with a new resolve, knows they cannot fail. He uses the roar of the elders, not just as a weapon, but as a strategic tool to scatter the enemies and clear a path for his team. It's a spectacular display of power, fueled by his love for his father and his determination to save him. With the path cleared, oh no, despite the dangerous volcanic fumes, bravely flies in to collect the ash. It's a heroic moment for the egret, who often relies on his sight but here has to push through a physically challenging and hazardous environment. He successfully gathers the precious ash, and the guard begins their frantic race back to Pride Rock. The return journey is just as urgent, but now they have what they need. Their success at the volcano has given them a renewed sense of hope and determination. They arrive back at Pride Rock just in the nick of time. Simba is barely conscious. Rafiki quickly prepares the remedy with the volcanic ash and administers it to the king. There's a tense, breathless moment as everyone waits to see if it will work. Slowly but surely, the color returns to Simba's face, and his strength begins to recover. The relief that washes over the Pridelands is immense. The king is saved. Kuyan and the Lion Guard are hailed as heroes, and rightfully so. They faced down their greatest enemy and risked everything to save their king and Kion's father. The Scorpion's sting is more than just an action-packed adventure. It's a story about family, courage, and the power of teamwork. It shows that even the mightiest can be vulnerable, and that true strength comes from standing together in the face of adversity. Kuyan's journey highlights the immense pressures of leadership and the importance of relying on your friends. And for Simba, it's a humbling reminder that his son is no longer just a cub, but a capable and courageous leader in his own right. This episode deepens the bond between father and son, and solidifies the Lion Guard's role as the true protectors of the Pride Lands. What an incredible story. What are your favorite moments from this episode? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite shows. See you next time.